Welcome to From the Pages, and today we're opening Power Slam, the April 1996 issue, a magazine that captures professional wrestling at one of its most volatile, divided, and fascinating moments. The industry is stretched tight between Polish and rebellion, between global spectacle and underground intensity, and everything inside these pages orbits around one unavoidable truth: WrestleMania. 12 is coming and nothing feels settled. The issue opens right at the top with From the Top, framing WrestleMania 12 as the largest card of the year in the United States, not just in scale, but in consequence. Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels is positioned as the axis on which the company turns. 60 minutes, no shortcuts, no interference safety net. This is sold not as chaos, but as legitimacy, a match designed to answer questions about endurance, credibility, and who truly defines excellence in the World Wrestling Federation. Around that centerpiece, the rest of the card is treated as reinforcement, each match carrying the weight of expectation as the company barrels toward its biggest night. What's going down widens the lens immediately, scanning the majors and reporting movement across the industry. WWF, WCW, and ECW all exist in parallel motion here. Talent shifting, directions hardening, rumors crystallizing into reality. This section reads like a pressure map of the business where nothing happens in isolation and every move hints at what comes next. That sense of expansion continues in color commentary. First, we're taken to Croydon's Fairfield Halls, where an all-star card brings the Great Sasuke to a British audience. His appearance is treated not as novelty, but as revelation, a reminder that wrestling's language extends far beyond familiar borders. From there, the tone snaps violently to Philadelphia and the ECW Arena on February 17th. The contrast is deliberate. ECW is loud, confrontational, and raw, a space that doesn't ask for approval, it demands engagement, and once experienced, it's impossible to forget. The Q and A section grounds the issue with Finn Martin answering reader questions directly. This is knowledge being passed down, blending long-term perspective with present-day clarity, reinforcing that understanding wrestling means understanding its cycles, its contradictions, and its long memory. Manor's Matt musings follow, sharp and self-aware. Stately Wayne Manor reflects on past positions with a mix of apology and provocation, reminding readers that wrestling commentary is as much about accountability as it is opinion. And then comes Mind Your Language, a first-hand account of stepping into the ECW arena itself. Philadelphia, February 17th. After years of delay, the experience finally happens, and it's described as unforgettable. The language makes it clear this isn't something you watch from a distance. ECW confronts you, challenges your expectations, and forces a reaction. At the physical center of the magazine sits the centerfold WWF Intercontinental Champion Goldust, accompanied by Marlena. This isn't just visual, it's symbolic. In 1996, Goldust represents a deliberate disruption, a champion designed to make audiences uncomfortable and force conversation. Getting over pulls back the curtain on one of wrestling's most abused phrases. What does it really mean? Crowd reaction? Merchandise? Management trust? Longevity? The editor breaks the term apart, exposing how often popularity and success fail to align, and why perception matters as much as performance. In Your House 6 revisits February 18th in Louisville, answering the questions left hanging from the event. Results are examined not just for what happened, but for how they reshape momentum heading into WrestleMania. Then the issue settles into its emotional core with the Marathon Men. Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels are framed not as hero and villain, but as opposing philosophies colliding under unprecedented scrutiny. Comparisons to Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior underscore the scale, but this match is sold as something different, measured, technical, and historic. A winner is predicted, but significance outweighs certainty. Shamrock topples Chemo pivots the magazine again, covering UFC 8 in Bayamon, Puerto Rico. Ken Shamrock's victory is framed as more than a result, it's a signal. Combat sports are bleeding into wrestling's consciousness, and new kinds of stars are emerging. Request Spot hands the spotlight to the readers, listing the fans who selected Shawn Michaels. Names and hometowns reinforce that wrestling is a dialogue, not a monologue. High Heel Liz delivers shock with consequence, detailing Elizabeth's fence hop at SuperBrawl 6, Ric Flair's amusement, and Randy Savage's dismay. This isn't treated as cheap drama, it's character movement with ripple effects. Letters brings the fan base fully into view. Praise, frustration, exhaustion, and passion spill onto the page, with topics ranging from Vader to sexism to All Japan Women's Wrestling, reflecting how wide and vocal the audience has become. Finally, see ya closes the issue with Vader positioned exactly where 1996 wrestling wants him. The king of heels. Dominant, feared, and necessary. Threaded throughout the magazine is the culture of the era itself. Subscription ads urging commitment, tape traders promising access to ECW in Japan, wrestling hotlines selling immediacy, merchandise turning fandom into identity, posters, shirts, photos, newsletters, and phone numbers. This is wrestling before algorithms, when obsession required effort. Taken as a whole, Power Slam, April of 1996, captures wrestling in flux. Old structures are cracking. New voices are shouting. WrestleMania 12 looms not as celebration, but as a test. If this issue brought something back, say what it was. If you lived through this moment, tell us how it felt. Like, share, and subscribe for more journeys pulled straight from the pages. See you next time. Farewell from the Empire State.